Hello everyone, welcome to Caroline's Craftery. Today I wanted to introduce you to the newest folio kit. It is Oriental Garden. And just a quick little show of one that is made. So it opens up, opens up, opens up. I'm not going to show you all the tags and stuff, but we've got 3 pockets here. We've got a little flip here, belly band pocket, 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 pocket. I think it turned out really nice. Love the colors. So let me show you the kit. It is 8 pages. And we have our main section with a whole bunch of goodies. I like to fill in as much area as I can on the paper. So that is usually why I add in lots of little goodies to cut out, because why waste the paper? Then we've got the 2 flips, couple cards, some more goodies. Then we've got that little tiny pocket with the window. These are 2 pockets that go on the huge pocket. We've got 3 big tags. And then kind of a washi strip type thing. We have more tags, more little goodies to fill in the spots. Some tabs, the 3 little pockets, and the big pockets that those other slanted pockets go on. A few goodies. A couple of big angle pockets and a whole bunch of goodies. And then this is the backing sheet, and I have backed 3 of the sheets. I back this one that has the main piece on it. I backed this one because I want these 2 to be backed, and it's okay if the tags get backed because you can write on this very easily. And the 3rd one that I back because I want this piece backed. So the rest is kind of a waste, but you can always use it for scraps or something. So that is the digital kit. Let me go and I'll cut these all out, and I'll ink it as well because I do like inking my goodies. You do not have to ink. And then I'll come back and we'll put one together. Okay, so I've got everything cut out. Not quite everything. There was some of the smaller embellishments I didn't cut out because I figured I wouldn't be using them. But I've got my main pieces here. I've got all my pockets. And then all the odds and ends. So let's just move some of those out of the way because we are going to start with the main part. So we have this part. I'm going to put it up like this. Now this part is going to glue on to this side. Now you can make this so many different ways. And I'm just showing you one way to do it. And I mean, this could go in the middle. It could go here. You can't really put it on this side, but you could make it so many different ways. So I'm going to make sure that I've got it up, but then I'm going to turn it half a turn. I am going to use some art glitter glue, and I'm going to put glue on this flap. Now I've done mine on a 65-pound cardstock that comes from Staples, and I find it a really nice weight. It's heavy enough for tags. I'm going to line this up as careful as I can. And press it down. Now these are made different sizes. And even when you fold this in half, you got a little bit sticking out. That's to allow for the folds. So then we've got this here. And I used vintage photo for inking. Now over on this side, we're going to put this little half moon shape type thing. And let's put some glue on the back of this. I actually made one of these out of 24-pound copy paper. It was kind of my prototype when I was making the whole thing, and it actually turned out pretty good, although you do need to make the tags heavier if you're going to use something like that. I think regular photo paper would be a little bit too thin, and this one here we've got lined up right out the edge. Now sometimes you may have to trim a piece a little bit or something. We are, you know, doing this by hand and cutting it by hand, etc. So there is our base product. Now you could, you know, put papers in there, make it into a little journal, tons and tons of different things. I tried to make these so they will fit in different places. So I could put this here. If I was going to put it on this one, I might want to trim it down just a little bit because it's going to be a little bit too wide because this piece is narrower than this piece. And if I cut off both of the lines here, I could even put it there. So it is possible to put it in different areas, but this one is actually going to go here. So I'm going to ink up the three sides, not ink it up, glue up. And remember to use the smallest amount of glue. The more glue you put on, the less room you're going to have for your tag to go in that pocket. So in some cases, if you make the area, like add too much glue, then you may have to trim down your tags and stuff. I'm going to get that as even as possible. A little bit of room on both sides here. And again, that's to allow for the folding. You get it too close, then it's just going to bind. Okay, and then we have these two pockets, which go on top of this. So you got one there and the other one. Now you could leave it just as one pocket. You could put two, but the only one you, well, I guess you could use this here. But these two will fit in other areas. Again, if you're going to put it on here, you're going to want to cut it down just that little bit. You could put both of these on one of the other places. It's all up to you. They'd even fit here if you trim them down a bit more. You can see there's about 1/8 of an inch. But they all have room that you can spare to put those. So let's just go ahead and put these on here. And again, keep your glue, nice thin line of glue. That way you get as much pocket space as possible. That's the one nice thing about when you have a pocket that you fold the sides in, then the whole pocket is usable. But it also adds more bulk because you've got 2 layers for something, and when you're doing a small folio, that can make a big difference. So I could leave that like that, or I can put that one on. I've made them so that they pretty much line up. So let's put this on. I really like doing these folios. They're great for a standalone gift or a little journal, but they're also great for even tucking in a journal because they are thin enough. I don't have a Cricut machine or anything like that, so I have no idea if you can use these on a Cricut net, and I do not know enough about those machines to even guess if it would work or not. Now my thought on making these was these were going to go in here, but you can put them not on top of these other pockets, but they go there, and if you cut them down enough, they would even go onto here. I did 2 because I don't know which way you would want a pocket. I'm going to put this one over here because this is like that. But before I do that, I want to put this on. Now I could put it on this side or I could put it on this side. It wouldn't really matter. And I think I'm going to, do I want, and I could put it up there, I could put it down. But then I want to think of covering this up, even though you're not going to see that. Like, it's not going to stand out. It's the same background. But if I do this here, then I see that. But I could also do both pockets on here and make like a crisscross pocket. Let's do that, actually. Okay, let's put this on over here. So I'm going to, so I'd say you can mix match these different ways. Use them as bits and pieces in other projects. Now to put this in, I'm going to lift this side up a little bit. And then I'm going to kind of push this right inside. Then I'm going to get it right on that fold where I want it. It's good to take your time with this project. Now I can crisscross these this away or that away. Now, because of the way, let's see, do I want it that way? I want this one on the top. Now, because I put this here, I'm going to have to cut a fairly good chunk off of here to make this fit. And I want it like to be right over, so how much? So I need to at least take the brown line off. Let's see how that is. Okay, I want to make sure that it's fitting good. I'm going to take a little bit more off. I don't want it to bind on the edges. Okay, let's put some ink on there. And you can kind of see that the brown line's not on there, but it's okay. So that's going to go right on there. So let's glue doot, doot, and doot. And as always, don't put a big water glue on there because you want the glue to take up as much space or as little space as possible. And if that goes down, I'm gonna make sure it's in the right spot before and we've got that's gonna go that way. And you can see, like here where I've joined those, you don't really see that very much. Now this I'm going to trim down a little bit as well. Kind of did that crooked. Make sure that's gonna fit on there. Okay, and then I'm going to take a little more off. I don't want it to bind in there. Okay, let's ink that up. And that is going to go right on there. And I'm going to kind of line it up and leave just the tiniest amount in between my ink line there where that fold is. And okay, that'll be good. I always set my piece in and double check that it's all going to fit before I add my glue on. Because no matter how good we cut, there could always be a bit to trim off and stuff. Okay. You don't have to use up all the pieces in these. Excuse me. So now we've actually got a double pocket there. And then on this side, this is where we're going to put these three. Now again, these could go in any spaces. The trick with these is leaving a bit of room at the top so we can tuck something in there. So we are going to start with the littlest one. Now you could use one of these, two of these, three of these. It really doesn't matter. It's all up to you. You could even put some of those on that thing there. And let's see, let's hope that's enough room. And let's put the big one on next, because in that way we can center that other one. These would go good on one of these as well. So we could easily put like this one there and then put this over here as a pocket. How you rearrange these is all up to you. As I say, you know, you can even use them just as bits and pieces in a totally different journal. Use the pockets, etc. Let's put this one right at the bottom. Try to line it up this way with the other ones. These go together very well. When I'm making these, I really try to be as careful as I can on making everything the right size And then I try a few prototypes and adjust any pieces that need to be adjusted. Okay, I'm going to try and get it relatively in the middle. And then this one, now this goes on, is made to fit on top of here, but you know, it would go on any of these pages quite nicely. And then I could put it on either side, it wouldn't really matter. But I'm going to put it on here. And I really love how this pocket turned out. I love the tag that I made to go in this one. And again, try to do thin of a line of glue as you can. Gonna wipe that little bit of glue off or it's gonna end up sticking down where I don't want it to stick down. And then this is going to go kind of right in the middle here. And there we go. So this here could go on any of the areas because it basically you could use one side or the other. So there is all of our pockets. Now on here we could write on there or we could make anything we wanted. So I've inked up and I cut and I've kind of got a bunch of things arranged. Ooh, I just thought of something. Which word is the longest? One of these ones. I was just thinking this could be a little belly band, right like that. Not sure. Actually, I could put it on that, and then it could go all the way. No, let's do that. I like that. That's an idea. I could also use one of these as a pocket. Now these I could put any which way, I think. This would make a cute pocket for there as well to put some little things in. Could also use this as a bigger belly band for there. And I could put that on there. That would actually look good too. Let's do that. We're going to use that as a belly band type pocket. We're going to put this on top of there. So let's put this down. And just going to glue the top and the bottom. Lots and lots of ways. It's the nice thing about doing these folios is you can use them in so many ways. Okay. So now let's see, we could do heart, courage. Actually, let's do the dream on there. Let's just put that on there. Just more of a decorative thing. You could put some cloth behind it or other things. I try not to add too much stuff that's going to give it dimension. I don't want it to get too thick because then it takes away from putting it into a pocket. Now this card here is definitely going in here because I just love how that looks. But I'm going to put a tab up top. And I took this lantern thing because I was thinking about trying it as a tag or a tab. But I also cut 2 fans. This one here isn't like the actual shape, but I made it the same size as this fan. So then it could also be a tab, but I think it's too big for this one. Or I can just use just a regular tab, which is what I think I'm going to do for this one. Let's use this one. I'm going to put just an ordinary tab on there, so let's do that now. I love the options of being able to kind of pick and choose what I might want on any given piece. Make sure we get that nice and even. And then glue up this side. I always glue up the backs of my tabs because in that way when I fold it, if anything isn't quite lined up, then you can't notice it as much. So there is that tag for in there. I'm okay with it sticking up the top a little bit. Now we've got a variety of tags and whatnot. We've got 3 big ones. This one here is narrower. And then we've got these 2. Now I'm kind of thinking this one into here. See, 65 pound is like barely heavy enough to push into these big pockets. Oops, now it's stuck. There we go. That's why with paper you would definitely need something else, like backing it with something. So we got that there. The other one of the other big ones is going to go into here, and I want a tab on there. Now it wouldn't really matter which one we put in there. Maybe this would be a good option for the fans. I'm gonna cover up that bird, but that would be okay. Yeah, let's do this. So let's put this one on first. Gonna glue about 3/4 of it or something. And if I'm gonna cover up the bird, I want it all covered up. So something like that. Okay, let's now ink up all of this. And I cut out the one fan, and then I held it on top of this one and then cut it out the exact same size. Because I thought it might be kind of neat as a tab. Now I want to make sure that I got it fairly lined up. It also gives a little bit of decoration on the back. And speaking of decoration on the back, let's just put something little on there. This would make a cute little postage stamp too. And let's just put that right there. Just give it a little bit of something on the back. Okay, now that is going to tuck into here. And again, with these big long pockets like this, when you start to get down towards the bottom, it gets a little bit harder. So there we have that. Now in these here, I made these to kind of go into here. Now you could use them elsewhere, but I got those in there. And then I made these two to go into there. Again, use one, use two, use them all. Then over here, that one there was made for in here, but again, use whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. This one goes in there. And these two are for down into here. Then we have this tag here we can put into here. And right now we're just kind of tucking things in. Those can go in here. Let's put the other one on over on this side. Just like that. We've got all these tickets. Now we don't have to use everything in here. So those could go in here. These ones could go in here. We've got them, so we might as well use them. And then we've got some little different things here. I kind of like this, so that could go over here. Just kind of mixing and matching what goes where. Thinking we could do something like that maybe for in here. Just want something to decorate this a little bit. That would work. Or something with a little more color. Or the lady like we did the other one. I do like the lady on there. We could do something like that as well. Could tuck that right there. That's what I'm gonna do, is right there. So I want it really close to the edge. Let's see where we can get this. That right there. And now we can still put her right like that and still read all the word. But this folio will be in all the shops, so Etsy, Coffee, and Creative Fabrica. Let's get her just in the right spot. There we go. Looking good. We still have like lots of extra pieces. I I think it looks very lovely. When you fold it up, you do have these little goodies sticking out the top, which is okay. So even now, like we're starting to get it, it's fairly thick. Not too thick. You could still put that into a good sized pocket, into a journal. And then of course it opens up. There's more in this one than in the first one I made. Now for a closure. What I am thinking is, I am thinking on making a band that you will slip on and off. I'm hoping that this will be long enough. So let's put that there. Let's fold this around. Now I gotta remember to save enough room so that I can actually get it on and off. That's kind of the big thing. And it's so hard to tell if it's going to be easy enough to take on and off. Now the other thing I could do is I could put a little piece of Velcro on there. And then you could just undo it. I like that idea. Hold on. I got my little Velcro dots. I get these at Michael's and I absolutely love them. And that's what we are going to do. We're going to make this. We need to trim this off. Let's find a pencil. We're going to trim this off right about there. And snip that. Okay. That's gonna be like that. So let's go ahead and take off one of these. These are really sticky, but I always put a little bit of glue on them. Let's put this right on the end. And then we need the opposite side. Put that on top of there. Add a little bit of glue. And then we're going to push this down, making sure that it's all lined up. Give that a little push down for a second or two. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a second one on there. Make the closure just a little bit stronger. Not like you're going to be forcing it open or anything. Let's put that right beside that one. Put this one on upside down. This is the easiest way to get these to line up. A little bit, oh, hope I was in frame. A little bit of glue. Bring this over. Kind of line up that one and that one. Now I try not to open and close these very much until I know the ink is dried. Now what if how would it look if the fish were on there too? We could do that. No, we can't do that because I've already attached the things there. We could do just a row of fish on the front, which actually might look kind of cute. So let's trim it right about there. I could have added both of these on if I would have done it before the Velcro strips. That's cute. Let's put that there. So I hope you're enjoying these folios too. I want to do more of them. I've really enjoyed making them. I have to admit they are a bit time consuming to make the digital kit, but that's okay because the end product is well worth it. To actually assemble them is actually fairly easy, I think. So there is that, and there is our Oriental Garden folio. Now this was the other one that I did with this closure. So as you can see, they're kind of the same but kind of different. Let's carefully take this off because that glue is not dry yet. So there is that. So we have that. So then when we open it up, kind of the same, kind of different. This here I did leave as a belly band, so I could even tuck a few things in there. This one here, of course, I glued all down. Then, of course, once we open them up, we start to see the difference in the two, but yet they're the same. You know, we've got a different tab. We've got this flip in a different spot. But it's all good. This page here is pretty much the same. And then in here we've got the two tickets, or the two pockets with two tags in there. And then of course this one is pretty much the same as well. You can use parts of this, all of it. It's totally up to you on how you do it and how you want to arrange the pieces. The end products are going to be similar, but you could just use, not even put this on, so then you just have like a little mini flip. Or add some pages in here, make it into a little journal, make it however you want. Don't put anything in, just use it all as writing space. If you don't put any pockets in here, you'll have all of this background and you could write on it all, which would then very easily slip into a pocket in a journal. This will go into a pocket, but you need a little bit heavy-duty pocket because, you know, it's not like a tag or whatever. Arrange your tags and cards in whatever order you want. As I say, most things will fit on either one of these three sections, just with a little bit of trimming. And they're fun. I love doing them. This would be a great gift. You could put in a tag or a card that says happy birthday, happy Mother's Day, whatever. And maybe in here you could put some gift cards. You could make a little booklet to go in. Probably this pocket. I think these, it would be too tight to get a little booklet in there, but it would fit into this pocket as long as you made it narrow enough and not too thick. Lots of possibilities in this. I really like this one. I love the lilac one I did as well. So there is that. This just goes on right like so. Make any kind of closure you like, whether it's ribbon, lace, paper. Let's put this one on here. So now I'm going to start another folio. What kind of theme? I have no idea. But stay tuned for that. There we go. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and check these out in the shop. This is more of a directional video for when you use or when you buy the kit, so you know how to assemble it. But use your own papers, cut some pieces out, run to the store, buy the kit, make them, and enjoy them. And we'll see you soon. Bye for now.